I saw the hottest man. I thought, honestly, I saw like 3 hot men today in my hot yasa class, like my hot yoga class. Why don't we say anything? Why do I have to be the one to say something? Fuck. I understand. It's so uncomfortable to like go up to someone cute and be like, hey. Because for every person that is like on TikTok being like, well, you could approach a man, like, bitch, I have been. And are the men just gonna be like, hey, do you wanna grab a coffee? Hey, what's your name? Hey, do you go to this class a lot? Like, there are so many ways to slide in, and I'm kind of low-key pissed off that I'm like upset that I didn't say something to a man. What do you mean? Bitch, what do you mean? Why am I upset? I just don't understand why it's like not that easy for men, because it's so easy. Literally just ask the girl one of those fucking questions if you see someone out like that. Don't look at this shirt, it's my work shirt and it's got stains, okay? Leave me alone. Go up to the girl and be like, no, just ask the question first. Just be like, hey, been doing this class a lot? And then, like, if the girl is uncomfortable or she has a man, she'll tell you. Trust me, she'll tell you. Why do I feel like I have to approach a man? Why can't the man just do it? Because it just hits even worse, and it's even more embarrassing when the girl shoots her shot, like when she already shouldn't be, and then the man's like, oh, I actually have a girlfriend. I fucking can't. Why am I getting mad that I didn't go up to this man? Fuck, this isn't my problem. This has never been my problem. Women can go approach men, but listen, I've done it like 3 times in a row in the last 4 days, and I'm kind of sick of it. I'm kind of fucking sick of it. So men, really, there is nothing to lose. I promise, it doesn't hurt your ego that bad. I promise. I went up to a DJ, and I thought he was hot, and he was like the opening DJ, and he was, you know, in the background in Chicago, and I literally go to him, and I was like, you're really cute. And he was like, I'm seeing someone, and I was like, that's totally fine. You're a great DJ. And I moved on with my life. It wasn't that fucking hard. Well, I'm doing what I'm doing, which is approaching men. Why can't you guys just also do the same? Can we just like meet fucking halfway, please? Let me just remind you men that seriously, the moment you come up to me and you say something like that, like it's a simple, easy line. Don't be fucking weird and cheesy, but just be like, hey, do you come here often? Or like, do you come to this like gossip class? Or do you do this like 9 a.m. class all the time? Something like that. I immediately am like, oh, he's hot. Oh, he's fucking sexy. Without even like maybe being attracted to you physically. I'm just like, damn, this guy's got balls. I appreciate that, and I'm fucking here for it. Imagine if women and men were just approaching each other, and if it wasn't to go out and to go on a date, just to have stimulating conversation with other adults. Just imagine that. Imagine if what I picture to be happening in my head, or what should be happening in my head post a yoga class, what if it actually fucking happened? Riddle me that. Let's make it happen, please.
Oh, Jordan, if only you could be a man for a month. Rejection is only one of the many things that can go wrong, and it's not the worst. Some women, not all obviously, but some women are rude and disrespectful and take advantage of their position as women. You know how some men are super cocky and arrogant? Yeah, some women are like that too, and they falsely accuse men of predatory behavior because we're showing interest, or act so aghast when we show interest. And it's a horrific and embarrassing experience as a man when women make you feel like a total creep. And trust me, women do this, often, and solely because they are snobby and want that sense of superiority. And while good women like you exist, just like horrible, disgusting men exist, so do women. Women are rude, disrespectful, and flat-out mean. Not all, but enough to make us weary. Imagine feeling like every woman you talk to treats you like a sexual predator or like you're malicious. It wears on you. It's not just rejection. Here's an idea. Create a dating profile as a man, an average dude, and tell us what you find. Then try to explain males' weird behaviors. Approaching is easy and simple. Getting your foot in the door to build a real relationship with someone who wants the same is the actual challenge. Most of the time you are thinking, is it worth it? Just because guys aren't approaching you doesn't mean they're not approaching anyone. We were told coffee dates were pathetic and not worth a woman's time. Y'all spoke, we listened. Our time isn't worth yours. If it's so easy and low risk, why is it so hard for you to do it? Not to mention, you'll easily have 100x the success rate as the average man and less chance of conflict. The whole, the worst she can say is no mantra has been debunked 1,000,000 times over. It's so common for men to be scowled at, laughed at, labeled creeps, and even posted about on social media just for doing this. being so disingenuous and unempathetic about it just makes the situation worse. No one likes to be gaslit. The reason why we don't approach anymore is because of the high risk of a false allegation being made against us and ruining our lives. And on top of that, the ridiculous high expectations and demands women have these days. For example, he must have house, car, 6 foot tall, 6-pack abs, 6-figure income, 6 inches, etc.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Like, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because like society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit.
Men are not sitting back because they want to be chased. Men are sitting back because y'all told them not to approach you. I just saw a video, 5 videos above this one, where a lady was working out in Planet Fitness. She posted a video and the guy walked up and tried to talk to her. And her caption said, you can't even work out in peace at Planet Fitness. Why won't they leave us alone? So when they do approach y'all, y'all make videos about them, calling them weirdos and creeps. And when they don't approach, y'all make videos about them, calling them sassy. These men can't win for shit. Just like how I saw that video, other men are seeing videos like that one, and they're listening. They're not approaching because they're being told not to approach. So your issue is with other women. You need to take it up with them.
If you were listening, she told on herself. She said, if you're good looking, it has to meet their definition of good looking too. And since looks are subjective, you never know if she's going to find you good looking. And if you are not good looking enough, then you are subject to ridicule and the video about not leaving them alone. No thank you. The irony is that it's a matter of perspective. She may not think any of the guys approaching are good looking. Now the guys risk possible false accusations from the woman because we all know women like to screw men over that approach them.
Part 4, and I will leave it at part 4 unless y'all want me to continue. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it at part 4. I'm going to say this, that men have a right to their feelings, and this is how they feel, ladies. Let's get it started. Y'all are too naked, too scantily dressed out in public. They don't like the fake hair and the extended lashes. That's been an ongoing conversation. They hate lace front wigs. They hate it. Y'all are not fun to be around. Someone said, why even date when you can get everything for free, expecting everything, offering nothing, too many attitudes? I agree. Always needing approval from your friends, very unapproachable. I can also agree. Say you want good men, but constantly pick the opposite. I agree. Always seeking validation and attention from social media. I can go on.
Salute. Many sisters are brainwashed, not realizing that the path only leads to destruction. All a man wants is respect and peace. Give us that, we will put up with everything else.
A guy that essayed me forgot that he essayed me, and he wants to see me again. Let me sit down to talk to you guys about this fuckface. I have felt myself turning into a misandrist, and I've been like, Jess, no, like, that's not who you are. And then situations like this happen, and I'm like, why should I not be a misandrist at this point? So let's set the scene, shall we? Me and this guy were damn near dating like 2.5 years ago, something like that. But he was moving to LA for his job, so we ended up cutting things off. I was heartbroken. For some reason, I was almost in love with this fucking loser that literally did not care about me. But at this point, I was so depressed. My depersonalization disorder was like off the charts. I was super suicidal. So I just was like, a couple weeks after we had cut things off, like he would be like, do you want to like hang out? And I was like, no, I don't want to see you, because we all know why he wanted to hang out. He had texted me and it was like, I really want to see you before I leave. And I was like, you know what, that's fine, but I'm not sleeping with you. I'm having a horrible mental health day. I actually don't want to see anybody at all. Like, I've been crying all day. Like, I literally just really reiterated, like, I'm not in the space to honestly hang out with anybody right now. And I'm definitely not wanting to bone. He goes, oh, of course. But like, we'll just like kind of see when I come over. Ladies, if a man ever says that to you, do not let them over. Don't let them over. Don't let them over. This was a day where it was just taking everything in me to stay on planet Earth. Like, I was super unwell, and the entire time, like, we would just be kind of talking, and then he'd be like, I know you feel bad, but like, you know what makes me always feel better is like sex. And I was like, that's awesome for you. Not for me. I don't want to have sex. This just went on for hours. Like, he just continuously brought it. He's like, why don't you just try? Why don't you just try? Like, maybe it'll make you feel good. Maybe it'll make you... And I was like, no, it won't. It won't. I actually told you before you came over, I do not want to do anything. I actually have no drive at all. I actually want to drive myself into the ground. When I tell you guys 3 minutes of vulnerability, 3 minutes of vulnerability where I finally was like, okay, yes, 3 minutes long. And I was like, stop. I actually feel 1,000 times worse now. I did not want to do this. And the whole time he's just like, no, like, don't you feel better? Don't you feel better now that you do? And I was like, no, I don't feel better. I have been telling you this whole time, I don't want to sleep with you. And you sat here just like literally just like over and over asking me, what is wrong with you? He leaves. I'm sobbing, crying, because I'm like, how did I almost fall in love with this absolute piece of shit human being that doesn't understand that no is no? And he's like, I'm all about you. I'm all about you. Like, if you were all about me, my no would have been, I would have had to say no one time. So he's moving to LA and he texts me. He's like, hey, I'd really like to say goodbye to you. And I just straight up was like, hey, I think you're a bad person. You coerced me. Coercion is not consent. I will say it even louder because we are not taught this. Coercion is not consent. And I just like basically ripped into him. I was like, I never want to see you again. I never want to speak to you again. You only cared about getting off. You did not care about me. You've never cared about me. You've only cared about what I can give you. Like, you don't listen to me. You don't hear me. Like, I never want to see you again. I made that very clear, ignored him. I deleted him, removed him off of everything. So it's been like 2 years, right? I have my Snapchat. I've had my Snapchat since I was 15. I've had it for 13 years. Crazy. I'm not like really on there that much. I literally use it to talk to my long distance best friend who lives across the country from me. And 2 days ago, I saw that this fuckface sent me a message. He literally goes, hi, I hope you've been doing well. I recently moved back to Nashville and I've been thinking about you and I would love to grab a drink and catch up. If you're not single anymore, not interested, like, I totally understand. Like, I've just been thinking about you. Motherfucker, what? Like, you just don't remember me going off and literally telling you you did something to me that I did not consent to. And then I removed you from everything except for Snap because I forgot. Like, how am I to not be a misandrist after this? Like, I'm lost for words. So I waited 2 days and I just messaged him back and I just said, hey, it seems like you don't remember my last text to you. So let me jog your memory. And I basically reiterated the whole thing. I said I didn't want to sleep with you. You would not stop asking. You finally got your 3 minutes. I told you I never wanted to speak to you again. I think you're a bad person. If you ever think about me again, I hope you think about how coercion is not consent. Do not speak to me again. And I actually have another crazy story to prove he does not care about me. It involves, like, I was walking in the middle of downtown after we had, like, broken up. I almost got hit by a car. He happened to be right there at the light. I got in his car. I was so depressed and I was like having a bad day. And he just did not give a shit. And he's like, do you want me to come over? You want me to come over? And I was like, oh, no! I can get deeper into that story because it was literally like a movie scene. A movie scene. Like, what were the odds that he was literally right there, witnessed me almost getting plowed by a car, which I was going on a don't unalive yourself walk. And that car almost hit me. And I literally was just like, please, please. And he like watched it. And did not give a damn when I was like, I'm really unwell and I don't want to be here anymore. And he's like, oh, want me to come over? Unfortunately, my dating life the last 3 years has now gotten me to the point of men ain't shit unless proven otherwise.
Also, people don't understand. There is a difference between going out to hate random innocent dudes and just being safe and not interacting with men in certain situations. He didn't forget.
He never considered it as SA to begin with. Thought didn't cross his mind.
Tell me why this guy invited me on a date, and when we were confirming everything this morning, he said to me, "Can you pay and I will e-transfer you the money?" We're in Canada up here. We don't have Zelle, we don't have Venmo, we do e-transfer. So this guy's been pursuing me for a while. But you know, I've been in a relationship, or I was just not interested, or whatever. And he finally convinced me to go out with him. And I started actually looking forward to it. I was like, you know what? He looks like he's really funny. He seems really funny. He seems really nice. I'm enjoying the conversation, all that good stuff. So I started to look forward to it. We planned the day. We're going to go to this really nice restaurant that's down the street that I've never been to. It's got great drinks. It's got great food, all that stuff. I'm actually like really pumped. And today he's like, "Hey, are we still on for tonight?" I was like, "Absolutely." Then this man proceeds to say, "I lost my wallet. Do you mind paying for it? And I will e-transfer you the money." Now, first of all, sir, you don't have Apple Pay. You don't have another method of payment you could use. Nothing. Also, if you lost your wallet, how are you doing anything in life right now? Like, how are you getting gas? How are you, like, paying for anything? I personally think that the man pays for the first date, and especially if you invited me on the first date, you should be paying. And I've also heard these horror stories about women who get asked onto dates, and the man like buys all kinds of shit and says he'll be right back, and then like leaves, or says he'll pay her back and he doesn't, all that kind of stuff. And I am not about that life. So I couldn't really tell if he's just trying to get a free meal. I don't know. I was honestly disappointed because, you know, if things went well, I had some spice cubes back at home I was gonna pop, you know? It's unfortunate. So I said, "Nope, once you find your wallet, we can go on a date." And he was like, "Damn. Yeah. Damn."
Let me address both sides of this situation. His approach was poor timing and execution. If you've been pursuing someone for a while and finally convinced them to go out, asking them to pay on the first date, even with promise to reimburse, kills all momentum. It makes you look broke, unprepared, or like you're testing her. First impressions matter. Losing your wallet right before a date you've been working toward for weeks is terrible luck, but it's your responsibility to handle, not hers. He should have rescheduled instead of asking her to front the money. But her reaction reveals entitlement. She finally agreed to go out with him after making him pursue for weeks. She was never that interested, just enjoying the attention. The moment he asks her to pay, even temporarily, she's pissed off, revealing she expected him to provide, despite stringing him along. If she was genuinely interested in him as a person, covering one date wouldn't be a huge deal. Her anger shows she values what he provides more than who he is. Here's what this situation actually reveals. He's been over-pursuing someone who wasn't interested, mistake number one. She's been enjoying his attention without genuine interest, using him for validation. The wallet situation exposed that she was only tolerating him because she expected free dates and provision. He dodged a bullet. Her getting pissed reveals she's transactional and entitled. Here's the accountability for both. Him, stop pursuing women who make you work for basic attention. If she's declining repeatedly, she's not interested. Move on. Don't ask dates to pay on first meetings, especially after pursuing them. Reschedule if you can't provide. Her, if you're not genuinely interested, stop wasting people's time accepting dates for free meals.
This is the story about how one first date with a single dad turned into a walking red flag parade. So I matched with this guy and he looked very handsome. He actually had a similar face to Jason Momoa. I'm serious, like I'm not even joking. But not the body of Jason Momoa. He was like short and stocky, which I actually like that type. So on the date right off the bat, I find out that he's going through a kind of nasty divorce and that he says that he's they still are working on the parenting plan and he is not always able to see his kids when he wants to. And he's looking at his phone and like texting and like putting his phone down quite a bit throughout the meal. And at one point he tells me this ritual that he has with his friends. Every single Saturday they go into the city and spend all day in a tea room thing. And it's very much like a cultural thing and it sounds lovely and nice that he does it with his friends every Saturday. I think that sounds great. But as he's looking at his phone and checking it and putting it down, I'm like, is everything okay? And he's like, yeah, my son keeps texting me. He really wants to hang out with me tomorrow, Saturday. And he's like, but I keep telling him, like, buddy, I'm sorry, but I have my tea room thing every Saturday. I'm going to do it on Saturday. And he's like, yeah, my son keeps saying, like, but I never get to see you and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, why are you not going to just try to see your son at least a little bit tomorrow? If you go every Saturday to your tea room thing, like, you can see your son tomorrow. Your small child, 9-year-old son wants to see you. And I was just like kind of turned off by that. It's like, if you're a parent, you're going to need to parent on Saturdays sometimes, right? He also told me that he has 2 daughters. They are like 13 or 12 and 16. And throughout the date, as we're talking, he reveals to me that his daughters don't speak to him. And I'm like, I've been a 14-year-old daughter of divorcing parents, and I feel like if both daughters are not speaking to him, it's probably for a good reason. And I'm going to take the daughter's side on this one and decide that I don't want to see him again. And as he pays the bill nicely, and I'm telling him, like, this has been fun, but I don't think there's anything here. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, well, looks at his watch, and he's like, I've got another date in 20 minutes anyway.
You gotta respect a man who doesn't let his children interfere with his life.
Made a video yesterday talking about how males these days are in an epidemic of being on their diva shit. So that video actually reached the divas. I have summoned the divas. They all gathered in my comment section. The problem was actually worse than I thought. I thought maybe I was just like noticing something a little off. No. Like, the problem is actually alive and well and deeper than we thought. I'm getting comments of guys being like, I'm in my soft man era. What happened to equality and buying men flowers why can't you reciprocate if they're gonna buy you flowers? Wow. What would your grandfather think? What are your ancestors thinking when you tell the world, I am in my soft man era? I also got a lot of comments about the patriarchy. Don't you want the patriarchy gone? Blah, 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 all this stuff. Okay, let's just quickly talk about that. Men and women are equal. Nobody is disputing that. We are equal, but we are not the same. Let's not pretend we are the same. Let's not pretend the roles we play in society are the same. Men are physically stronger than us. We're optimized for that, not for being bodybuilding, strength, fighting animals, and hunting. We're not optimized for that. Just one example. We are different. We provide different things of equal value to society. So when men go and try to take the woman's role and do the things that women do, that leaves their roles empty. And you can try and tell me, oh, we're trying to get rid of gender roles. You can try and get rid of them all you want. The truth of the matter will always be that men and women are different. We provide different things. We have different strengths, and that's a good thing. We complement each other. When you try to do the roles of women and when women try to do the roles of men, we disrupt the natural polarity of things, and we end up with a bunch of mentally ill losers. It's okay to accept our differences. We are different. That is okay. That doesn't mean that we are not equal and that we don't have the same value. We just bring value in different forms, and you cannot compare them. So no, I'm not getting a man flowers. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to come up to a guy first. I'm not going to do that. There are people that will, but let's not pretend that that's the norm. There are women that can outbench a man. Doesn't mean that that's the norm. I ain't buying a man flowers. And y'all are going to stop acting like divas right the fuck now. Right the fuck now.
It's time for men to be protected and provided for. It's time for men to be pampered by women and have flowers bought for them. It's time for men to have the chance to raise their children and enjoy seeing them grow up. It's time men get to have a long soak in the tub with a beer or a wine. We support women taking over society and letting them prove they can build a society that benefits all, as they have said they could do for decades now. We support you women, so please go ahead and help humanity soar to new heights.